My name's Nicola. I work at the Sedgwick Museum. People ask us all the time, where can they go fossil hunting? So, not all rocks have fossils in. You've got most chance of finding fossils in sedimentary rocks that have been laid down in the sea. So, do you remember the three major rock types? I'll remind you. So, we have igneous rocks. They cooled down from a liquid. Think about lava leaving a volcano. Metamorphic rocks, they've been changed. Maybe they've been squeezed or pressed or baked like in an oven. And we don't often find fossils in those rocks because they're often destroyed. Sedimentary rocks are made from sediment. That means things like mud or sand grains. And those are a really good place to find fossils in that type of rock. So to become a fossil, a plant or an animal needs to be covered up quickly so it doesn't get destroyed or eaten. This is much more likely to happen in the sea than on the land. That's why an awful lot of fossils are found in sedimentary rocks that have been laid down on the seafloor. So where can we find these rocks? Well, I'm going to tell you about a rock that you might have passed by and not even noticed. It's this, Flint gravel. And you'll be able to recognise it because it's kind of brown and about 2 centimetres across. Flint is a particular type of sedimentary rock. It's made from silica, the mineral silica. And sometimes this flint silica fills holes made by burrowing animals, and sometimes, if we're lucky, it can encase a sea creature. Might not look very exciting, but flint gravel like this has a story to tell of a warm, chalky sea that covered a lot of England about 90 million years ago. That's when dinosaurs were around, but they weren't swimming in this sea. Later, this hard flint gets eroded out of the softer rocks and dropped and carried by great distances by rivers or glaciers. Over 2.6 million years, glaciers dropped an awful lot of this flint gravel on East Anglia. So humans have used flint for all sorts of things, and you might have heard of Stone Age people using big pieces of flint to make tools with. Today, you might find flint gravel like this on driveways or in a car park like this. So I've got a team of helpers today, and we're going to see what fossils we can find in this flint gravel car park. Something that's quite common in the flint gravel are graphia, or devil's toenails like these. A good way to recognise them is the layers. So you'll see that they're made up of these little layers. And sometimes it's a bit more obvious that it's a shell shape like this, and sometimes it might not be very obvious at all until you get to see those layers. Another thing to look out for in the flint are these very rounded shapes. This is often where the silica has formed a flint nodule around a sponge. If we're lucky and you find one that's broken open, you can see the sponge inside. We often get imprints of shells in the gravel. This is a really nice sea urchin. Sea urchins are related to starfish and they're covered in spines. The spines don't often get preserved as fossils, but the bodies do, and you can recognise them by these little rows of holes. The fossils you find in the gravel have been carried great distances by glaciers, so they're often worn and broken. I've shown you a few that we found and how to recognise them. If you want to find out a bit more, have a look at our Gravel Hunters worksheet, and that will show you how to recognise shell imprints, sea urchins, belemnites, sponges, and if you're really lucky, you might find some crinoids. Didn't take us very long to find almost everything on our Gravel Hunter activity sheet. And now it's over to you.